Hello everyone, it is Thursday afternoon. It is time for our next Facebook Live. I am going to share this over to my page in case somebody's looking for it there, so that will give you a few minutes or a minute to find me. If you are new to my Facebook Live, I come to you almost every Thursday at 3. And we make something fun, and then the next week I give it away. Hey, Marion. So last week we made this fun card. This is with the same stamp set and paper we're going to use today. We made this kind of fun fold, I guess you'd call it. And I'll tell you at the end who's going to win that. And then not long after this is done, this video is done, then on my blog you can find the dimensions for this card so that you can recreate it or one similar to it. All right, hang on. I'm getting over to my page so I can share it there. I used to be able to just share, and now I can no longer do that. It's posting. Okay, there we go. Now let me get back over to where I was. And we will get started. Okay, I'm back. Got it shared over there in case anybody's looking for it there. Hey, buddy. All right, so this is the stamp set is Gathering Moments. And then it has dies that go with it. Oh, I should have grabbed, where are those? We made a card in class with this and we stitched it, but I don't even see those cards over there on my board. They're here somewhere, but I won't be able to put my hands on them. I'll have to show you that next time. Because these two big dies, you can die cut them just as an outline all by themselves, which I did and then embossed. Or if you use this insert, then it cuts all these holes and you can stitch them. So I'll have to dig up those cards. I put them away somewhere. Oh, probably in my cleaning of my craft room last week. But I'll show that to you next week. But then you do have dies that will cut out these images too. And then some nice sentiments. And then a couple of just little texture stamps, which I always love those. And then there's also in this suite, so this is a new online exclusive that came out the first part of September. There's an embossing folder, which actually goes this way, of just little leaves. And then, oh, I bet I didn't grab those. The paper is gorgeous, as usual. Stampin' Up! Really does a great job with their designer series paper. So this one has foil, and I may have shown this to you last week, on one side and then not on the other. And you can tell I have been using this paper. It's just gorgeous. Both sides. So fun. All right. Oh, that went in there nicely. And then let me grab the... That got stuck because oh yeah, they're here. Sorry, they're in my stack of pieces. And then the other thing that goes with this suite is the Cajun Craze and gold dots, and we'll use those on our card today. So I'll take them out of the plastic. Oh, and one more thing, the twine. So there's Old Olive and Early Espresso twine. And my Early Espresso was not very kind, and I could not find the end, so that's why it looks like such a mess. Luckily, everybody in my class could find the end to theirs. So we will use that on our card too. So I decided to copy, this is a card I got from Patience in a swap. And I decided to recreate it, but change it just a little bit to make it mine. So I wasn't copying her directly. So it's very, very similar. And I actually should have put that circle up a little higher because you can hardly see it. But I just changed the colors and the DSP in the background. So let's get to making this. And then I have one that I did same layout, but I stepped it up a little bit. So somewhere, nope, I don't have it. Here's all our pieces. So you have to put a piece of white on the inside so that you can write on it. But I need another piece of white for our sentiment. And of course, I'm not going to have any scraps big enough in my drawer, am I? Maybe. Ah, whew. We have one. So this is stamped in Cajun Craze. And we're just going to stamp our gather. Let me just move some of this out of the way. And if you haven't heard, our cling mount, which are red rubber, are going away. So I'm trying to remember the timing. This is the last catalog that they will be in. They're not going to immediately retire everything that's cling mount, but they will not be, or red rubber, but they'll not be creating any more. So everything will be photopolymer, and then they will be packaged differently also. So instead of in a stamp case like this, they'll be packaged in something more similar to this, but they're all going to be the same size. So your dies will be in one package like this, and your stamps will be in another package like this, but they'll be the same size. So I'm figuring I'm going to get like some bins to put them in, and then I can flip through them easily. Okay, we got our gather stamped. The other thing we're going to stamp, we'll set that aside for just a minute, is on our, and this is crushed curry. So on our crushed curry piece, one of these little background stamps, we're just going to stamp it. And I'm just going to stamp some full strength and off. And some of these will show and some of them won't. Okay, that's good. We don't need a lot. It's just a little extra texture. All right, that is all of our stamping. Now we do need to punch out our greeting. So this is the 2-inch circle punch. So this is really an easy card to replicate because you just have your circle punches and some DSP. So now we're ready to put it all together. So this is an early espresso card base. And you could stamp some leaves or something on the inside of this if you wanted to. I did not do that this time, but you certainly could. I just put a new one in, so it may take it a minute for it to get, whoops, that's not, there we go. Put this on the inside. Whoops, let's try and put it straight. And then we'll put our crushed curry piece. Again, all the measurements will be on my blog shortly after this video. And that's just centered. And then our DSP. And I put it kind of up in this corner. I just love that gold foil on that. Same thing, this has got gold foil on it too. And Patience had hers angled like that, and I really liked that, so we're going to do the same thing. And then this time we'll try and put this up a little higher this time so we can see more of it. And I want to make sure my branches are going the right way. And then this guy, I think Patience did too, put it on dimensionals. Whoops. Let me grab those. All right, that just goes here. Oh yeah, see, that looks much better with that Do I want it in a little bit? Oh, let's do that. Yeah. Then we'll take our twine. Just grabbing my scissors. And when I'm tying bows like this, I like to just leave it on the spool and tie it, and then I don't waste as much because I know exactly where to cut it on the back side. So just leave a little tail. Let me move that in case it's easier to see with the white in the background. Tie a bow. And I'm using both of the colors. Both of these colors are found in this DSP. And then when you get it the way you want, then you can just cut your ends. Oops, there's my plastic. And then we're ready to put this on. And I like to use a glue dot for that. So just get your glue dot. There it is. Press that into it. And then you can kind of, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of sticking out on the bottom. Just kind of fold it over on itself. And that kind of goes here. I'm looking at Patience. She had it up here. And then she used a different embellishment, but I'm going to use these Cajun, what did I say, Cajun Craze and Gold. Yes, Cajun Craze and Gold dots. And it has 3 sizes. The first time I used these, I don't think I realized it had 3 sizes. Sometimes our embellishments are 2 sizes, sometimes they're 3, sometimes it's just 1 size. I think I'm going to put this one over here this time instead of up there. Make it more of a triangle. And there we go. So there is my copy of Patience card. Betty, so far we have a 50-50 chance. I like that. All right, so let me show you the stepped up one I did. So this is the, I don't know, over the top, stepped up, whatever you want to call it. So it's the same layout, but I used some of that earth and tone foil paper there and embossed it with that embossing folder. Same 3 circles and sentiment, but I did some stamping and die cutting of leaves. So a little bit different, but still the same layout. So you can make it as simple, like these 2, or you can step it up if you want to send it to somebody really special. All right, let's see what else. Oh, I have swaps to show you. I've been sharing them online, but I thought I would show them to you on camera also. They're up here in my box that when I came downstairs this afternoon, it had fallen over and all the cards had fallen out. So who knows what order they're in. This one is from Rebecca. She did all that coloring. This one is from Judy. And it has just this middle panel that lifts up. But the seam goes all the way across. I love that. And I think that's this postage. When she embossed that in gold. This one doesn't have a name. Halloween card. This is from Paula. Isn't that fun? I love that designer series paper. And these are die cuts that are in that paper. This one is from April. This is a new, I think this is a new online exclusive. They came out with a whole bunch of online exclusive at the same time as the new holiday catalog, so I can't always remember which is what. I think this is an online exclusive. But it also has gold foil in the paper. And then this is one of the dies that's in the set. This is Kay's. I think this is a snowflake. This might be an online exclusive also. This one was mine, and I may have already shown you this one. That was my swap. That's in the catalog. This is Sherry's. The butterfly she colored. This one is Khakis We'd have to get it folded right so you can see it. Because it's 3D, it stands up like that with a tractor. Isn't that cute? I may have to just set that up on my desk so I can enjoy it. This one has no name. Last I checked, this embossing folder was in stock. I haven't checked recently, though. Isn't that fun? I mean, there's so many things you can do with that embossing folder. All right, that is all of the swaps. So thank you for joining me. Let me kind of move them out of the way. Oh, I need to tell you one. Almost forgot. You're on Pins and Needles, and you didn't, and I almost forgot to tell you. So those are Patience card, my copy, and then my stepped up version. All right, and the winner of this card is Nancy. So I will get that to Nancy. All right, I think that's it for today. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye.